Hey everyone, my name is David Nathan Wong, and I am here to talk to you today about the flipped classroom model. According to the Journal of Economic Education, flipping, or inverting the classroom, means that the events that have traditionally taken place inside the classroom now take place outside the classroom, and vice versa. This is important because it exemplifies peer-assisted, collaborative, and cooperative learning. There are many pros to the flipped learning model. Students are given the ability to study lecture material whenever they want and as many times as they want. In the classroom, the student can arrive to class familiar with the lesson and prepared for questions, while also being able to have more time to work with and assist their classmates. Teachers, meanwhile, have more time in class to focus on problem solving and can work closely in class with those struggling with the material. An example of a successful implementation of flipped classroom learning is Clintondale High School in Michigan. Some cons, though, are that flipped classrooms are not as accessible to those who cannot afford their own technology, and teachers accustomed to the standard teaching methods need more time and open-mindedness to adapt to this new flipped style of learning. Wei-Long He's guest lecture talks about how flipped learning combines online learning with active in-class learning, and in his 3-year study about flipped learning, he has found that flipped instruction has proven to have a slight advantage over in-person instruction, and that there needs to be the right balance of online lecture learning and in-class assessments, as assessments are still needed in order to ensure students are grasping the material that they learn. He argues that in order for flipped learning to work, rigorous discipline is still essential for the student to fully benefit from the online lessons. On the teacher's side, teachers should ask the question of, what are the best ways for me to use my time? And what types of instruction can I provide that can be digitized? Wei-Long He recommends that teachers new to flipped classroom learning should begin with partially flipped instruction, as partially flipped allows students and teachers to slowly bridge into the flipped classroom system as a whole. When I look back at some of the classes that I have taken at UCI, I recognize this flipped classroom type of model in quite a few ways. Specifically, many film classes that I have taken have had students watch the films on their own, as opposed to in class, and then spend the class time discussing the film. Many film classes have to spend extra studio time in order to watch the film, but with the flipped learning approach, the students were able to watch the film at home and then spend more time discussing the film with students and the professor. Another example of the flipped classroom model that I can relate to is capstone senior project courses. In the case of Informatics 191, students would spend most of their time developing with their sponsor companies the physical product, while class time will be spent with the group and the professor working on how they will present their product at the end of the term. In my opinion, the flipped classroom model is good because it allows for the learning of school content to be more accessible to students. It allows teachers to spend more time on how to apply these concepts the students are learning. Outside of film classes and group projects, there are many other kinds of ways classrooms can be flipped and it can be implemented into different educational subjects, such as math, English, and science. It is important that students are comfortable with how they are learning the new material, and that teachers are comfortable with how they are teaching the material. Thank you.